chat. He's doing it big.
Oh, this
All right,
isn't game 1. This is game 2 or 3.
Oh, interesting. We may be coming into this mid-match. Stay tuned for updates on that. But for now, let's just talk about what's going on, important things.
This is game 2.
Okay, so this is gotcha. This is officially game 2. Spaz won the first. Now, whether or not this Wario is any good, whether or not Hazmatt is good or not, Spaz has a lot of experience in this matchup. Him and Twisty play together all the time. They are training partners. When they practice at home, this is the matchup they play. So Spaz is not going to be caught by surprise by any Wario shenanigans. He knows them all.
And even without the shenanigans, in order for Hazmatt to really be good, he would need a lot better fundamentals than Twisty does. And Twisty is one of the strongest players fundamentally here.
I would agree with that. It's not to say that people can't be good in different ways, but I would agree with you in that I think for him to win this match, he would either need to pull out something that none of us have ever seen before, or he's going to need to play better than Twisty does. But so far, I think he's, down to stock, but what I've seen him do has been very solid. He's certainly not getting outclassed at some sort of major level. He's holding his own quite well. I will say, I think him and Twisty play a slightly different style. Twisty definitely spends a little bit more time on the ground, doesn't spend as much time doing double jump side Bs, and it looks like Hazmatt, puts those a little bit more into effect during his matches, even from what I've seen in just this little bit of his match.
So what I feel like happens in a matchup between two players that play each other really frequently is that eventually they get so, when they're even, they eventually have to start doing really unorthodox stuff in order to beat the other.
I know what you're talking about. So when you've got two people who are playing together all the time, that matchup fundamentally changes because everyone knows all the things, so you have to start playing in an unusual way to surprise someone and get to the advantage.
Yeah, and as a result, if you play someone that doesn't do these unusual things,
it's a different matchup. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying, and I agree with that. But that said, and this may show some of my bias, we'll see. But I think that Wario, fundamentally speaking, is not a character that you can play a whole bunch of different ways. He's got good tools, but his tools are limited to a point where you can't really have, an offensive Wario or like a campy Wario and have those be two different things. Alright, it looks like that's just going to be game.
Yeah.
Spaz took that very convincingly.